Hi, good night. How are you today? I hope you are fine. And now we're going to start our last synchronous session. I hope that you are ready because this is our last session, and I hope that you are ready, and I hope that you are very happy for ending this module. Hi Laura, how are you? How are you, Laura? Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Laura? ¿Me puedes escuchar? Good night, Norma. Can you hear me? Great, Laura. Great. Okay, Laura. Okay, Norma. Okay, let's go to start. Okay, once again, this is our last session for the Module 6. And my name is Rosa Eugenia Jimenez Portilla. My email is rositahi@hotmail.com. My schedule is Monday to Friday at night at 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. And remember that if you have any doubt, please send me an email and I will answer to you as soon as possible. Okay? Good night, Adela. Good night, Adela. Okay, let's go to start. Here. Okay, let's continue. Okay, today we're going to see the purpose of the unit, the outcome learnings, the contents, the feedback, and the activity that you have to send this week called Proyecto Integrador, and if you have any doubts. Let's go continue. Okay, I want to say that this session is going to be short. It's going to be short because if you studied the contents, all the contents are the same as the last weeks. So this module has to be very quickly. This session. Okay, our formative proposed is to get and understand a basic level, the four abilities in English, reading, listening, writing, and speaking of the English language. And you have to get phrases and expressions about information about yourself and other person and in your context and in your daily routine. It's the same purpose of all the module. Okay, this unit 4, you have the Proyecto Integrador and it is called My Personal Blog. Es decir, o sea, ustedes en esta unidad tienen que hacer el Proyecto Integrador y es mi blog personal. And the purpose is you are going to write a text as a blog, as a personal blog, and you have to introduce by yourself and give information about your city and activities that you do every day. I mean your daily routine. Okay, the outcome learnings are you have to use the structures for dislikes, likes, hate, love. I mean preference. Okay, another you have to you have to talk about by yourself, and you have to use structures for describing places and daily routines. Okay, as I told you 5 minutes ago, all the contests in this week are topics that we studied in the last weeks. Es decir, todos los saberes, todos los contenidos de esta semana, pues realmente son contenidos o temas que nosotros vimos durante las semanas pasadas. Let's go continue. Okay. In this session, basically, we're going to remember all the structures that we see before. En esta sesión realmente lo que vamos a ver son todas las estructuras gramaticales que nosotros ya vimos en las 3 semanas pasadas. And we are going to start with simple present y vamos a empezar con el presente simple. As you remember, we have affirmative sentences, negative sentences, and interrogative sentences. And we have to remember the structures. I mean, in affirmative sentences, you have to write subject, then the verb in base form, and then the complement. In negative sentences, you have to write subject, then the auxiliary, that this auxiliary is going to give us the negative, and in this case is do not or does not, or in a contraction form, don't or doesn't, then verb in base form, and finally the complement. And interrogative sentences, we have the auxiliary, do and does, and we have to remember that does is for the third person, he, she, and it, then the subject, then the verb in base form, and then the complement, and finally the question mark. I'm going to speak in Spanish, just a little bit. Aquí ustedes tienen que recordar que el auxiliar en el presente simple es do para los pronombres que no son terceras personas y does es para las personas, las famosas llamadas terceras personas, que es he, she, and it. Entonces tenemos que recordar que en la oración negativa vamos a ocupar esos auxiliares pero negativo, que es do not para el I, you, we, they, y does not o doesn't para las terceras personas, he, she, and it. Y también recordemos que vamos a ocuparlo para las oraciones interrogativas. Primero va el auxiliar, después el sujeto, el verbo en su forma base, el complemento y el famoso signo de interrogación. Así también tenemos que recordar que siempre que nosotros ocupemos un auxiliar, y eso es en el tiempo en el que sea, cuando nosotros ocupamos un auxiliar, nuestro verbo siempre va a ir en su forma base. Aquí también es muy importante recordar en la oración afirmativa que el verbo, cuando estamos hablando de las terceras personas, siempre tiene que ir acompañado de la E o de la ES. ¿Ok? Let's continue. Okay, we can see again the auxiliaries for the pronouns I, you, we, you, and they. We have the auxiliaries do in affirmative or interrogative and do not in negative or don't. And for the third person, we have does or does not in negative form or doesn't. Okay, let's go continue. So here we have a slide. It's just for remember the rules about to add at the end of the verb about the es or the es. And remember, if the verb ends in ch, ss, sh, x, o, or z, you have to add es as a teach, teaches, miss, misses, wash, washes, mix, mixes, go, goes, bus, buses. And if, for example, if your verb ends in y, we have to eliminate the y and we have to add ies. For example, study, studies, cry, cries, fly, flies. I mean, es decir, en español, si el verbo termina con ch, ss, sh, x, o z, tenemos que agregar la es en todos los verbos, obviamente en las terceras personas. Si el verbo termina en y, se tiene que eliminar la y y se pone una i y una es al final del verbo, obviamente también con las terceras personas. Another rule. If the verb ends in ay, ey, oy, or uy, you have to add at the end of the verb as a s. I mean, play, plays, buys, stay, stays. And finally, if the rest of the verbs had a different termination, you is just with you have to add s. Work, works, draw, draws, sleep, sleeps. Es decir, si el verbo termina en AY, EY, OY, U, O, UY, hay que agregar una S al final del verbo para las terceras personas. Y si tienen el verbo en una terminación diferente, suficiente con agregar una S. Okay, let's continue. Okay, let me change my screen. Laura, Adela, Lydia. Good night, Lydia. How are you? Viviana. Hi, Viviana. How are you? Nelly Rangel. Hi, Nelly. How are you? Do you have any doubts? Okay, please tell me if you have doubts. If not, we can continue. Okay, can you hear me? Okay, no doubts. Let's continue. Oh. Okay, let's continue. Oh, okay. Let me change my screen. Okay, maybe this is a new topic about the verb have with adjectives. Es decir, a lo mejor si este es un nuevo tema que es el verbo have. As you can read, we use the verb have as an auxiliary, or but you can use it in present form and past form, and then you can use this verb as a modals, but these modals means obligation and necessity, but now we are going to use it as a verb, y este es como el verbo tener. Es cuando nosotros queremos decir en español: yo tengo una casa, yo tengo un carro, yo tengo un buen trabajo, yo tengo 2 hijos. Okay, so here we have to check that the pronouns. For example, if I am talking about the third person, I mean he, she, and it, I have to use has, because remember that these pronouns are the third person. I mean, aquí lo que tenemos que tener muy en cuenta es que si nosotros vamos a hablar de he, she, and it, tenemos que poner el verbo como has. Es lo mismo que have, solamente que recordemos que estamos hablando en presente en estas terceras personas. ¿Y qué es lo que le pasa al verbo cuando hablamos en presente simple y en terceras personas? Hay que agregarle una S. Este verbo have es totalmente un verbo irregular, entonces no nada más es ponerle haves o al have hay que agregarle una S, sino cambia totalmente su estructura y queda has. ¿Ok? Then we have some examples. I have a beautiful car. Yo tengo un carro hermoso. You have children. Tú tienes niños. He has a big house. Él tiene una casa grande. She has a long hair. Ella tiene el cabello largo. It has a book. Eso tiene un libro. We have 2 books. Nosotros tenemos 2 libros. And they have excellent grades. Ellos tienen excelentes calificaciones. And as you can see, we are using 2 adjectives. As you can see, we are using adjectives. Okay. So do you have any doubts? Okay, let's go to continue. Okay. Now we're going to see describing with the verb to be. Okay, the verb to be, we remember, means ser o estar, es decir, el verbo to be, si ustedes recuerdan, significa ser o estar. And the structure for these sentences is subject plus verb to be plus adjective plus noun. And we have some examples. I am a funny girl. As you can see, I is the subject, verb to be, am, adjective, funny, and finally noun, girl. I mean, yo soy una niña divertida. Si ustedes se fijan, sujeto es yo, I, el verbo to be, I am, yo soy, el adjetivo que es funny, divertido, y finalmente el sustantivo que es girl, niña. Here we have another example. He is an attractive guy. And if you can see, we are using verb to be, simple present, adjectives, okay? He is an attractive guy. Él es un muchacho atractivo. Another example. We aren't lazy people. Nosotros no somos gente floja. And if you can see, we can use in negative form too. Es decir, si ustedes pueden ver, también nosotros podemos ocupar o podemos más bien hacer estructuras u oraciones negativas. They are intelligent students. Ellos son estudiantes inteligentes. Okay, I can see some doubts. Let me see. No sé si sea mi internet o es que la página no carga. Nelly, yo creo que es tu internet porque creo que los demás no tienen ningún problema. Si no, ya me lo estuvieran reportando. Let's continue. Okay. Another content that we have studied, es decir, otro tema que nosotros ya estudiamos, son los adjetivos posesivos. Okay? So you have to remember that this possessive adjective means, okay, let me see, I have a problems, no, okay. Entonces, okay, let's go, I am going to talk in Spanish. Let me see. Ok, sí. Entonces vamos a ver los posesivos adjetivos. Si ustedes recuerdan, nosotros ya lo vimos en la primera sesión. Y los adjetivos posesivos son aquellos que nos van a indicar alguna posesión. Mío, tuyo, nuestro, de ellos, de él, de ella o de eso. ¿Ok? Y here you can see, okay, the match. For example, I play football. This is my brother. I mean, I is related with my. You are Australian. Tú eres australiano. Give me your book. You with your. He, his, she, her, it, its, we, our, you, your, and finally they, their. And we have some examples. I have a beautiful house, but we can say in another form using possessive adjectives as a my house is beautiful. Es decir, yo tengo una casa hermosa. Pero utilizando los adjetivos posesivos, yo puedo decir my house is beautiful. Es decir, mi casa es hermosa. Another example. She has a wonderful car. Ella tiene un carro fabuloso. And check, you can see has with S because we are talking about she and she is a third person. Ella tiene un carro fabuloso and with possessive adjectives, her house and is her car. Her car is wonderful. El carro de ella es fabuloso. Okay? Another example. They have interesting books. Ellos tienen libros interesantes. And if we use possessive adjectives, we can say their books are interesting. Los libros de ellos son interesantes. And then we can repeat again. My, mío, your, tuyo, his de él, her de ella, its de eso, our nuestro, your de ustedes y their de ellos. Okay, let's continue. Another topic that we have seen, es decir, otro tema que nosotros ya hemos visto es the order of the adjectives. Remember that in English we have to give a certain order of each adjectives. Tenemos en inglés que darle cierto orden a cada adjetivo. First of all, we have to begin with, primero tenemos que empezar con opinion, then size, then age, then shape, then color, origin, and finally material. At the end of the sentence, you have to write the noun, es decir, y al final de la oración, ustedes tienen que indicar de lo que estamos hablando. Entonces, en primer lugar va la opinión, segundo el tamaño, tercero la edad, y aquí pueden incluir old o new, es decir, viejo o nuevo, después la forma, después el color, el origen o lo que es la nacionalidad y al final el material. ¿Ok? Por ejemplo, I can say, he's a old brown Mexican human. Él es un viejo moreno y mexicano humano. Okay? So we have to use this order in English, okay? And we have some examples. My mother is beautiful and tall. Mi mamá es bonita y alta. So we have opinion and then size. My grandparents are not young. Mis abuelos no son jóvenes. Your cousin is intelligent and tall. Tu primo es inteligente y alto. Intelligent as an opinion and tall as a size. Her neighbor is not nice. Su vecino no es agradable. Okay, let's continue. Okay, this topic we studied last week. Nosotros estudiamos este tema la semana pasada. Remember, like, dislike, love, and hate. And you have to remember the difference to use like for when we enjoy to do something, dislike when we don't enjoy to do something, love when we really enjoy to do something, and hate when we really don't enjoy to do something. Es decir, la diferencia entre like, dislike, love and hate es like cuando nos gusta hacer algo, dislike cuando no nos gusta, y la diferencia entre like y love es like cuando realmente nos gusta hacer algo, realmente nos gusta hacer algo, y hate cuando realmente no nos gusta hacer algo. And remember that the difference between like to or likes or love eating. ¿Ok? Es decir, cuando nosotros ponemos like y después la preposición to, es que sí lo disfrutamos. Pero si nosotros ponemos el verbo love o like y después ponemos el siguiente verbo con ing, es porque realmente nos gusta hacer esa actividad. ¿Ok? You have to remember that we saw this topic last week. Okay. Let's continue. And remember that we studied last week too, can't and can't, about possibilities, abilities, requests, and orders. Okay? Can, as a possibility, when we can pass the English exam, nosotros podemos pasar el examen de inglés as an example. As an ability, if we can do something, as a request, if we need something, as an order, when we order something. Okay, let's continue. Let me see if you have any doubt. Sí, Nelly, por favor, vuelve a cargar la página porque la verdad es que no hemos tenido ningún problema. Okay, let's continue. Okay, maybe this is a new topic about greetings, es decir, probablemente este es un tema nuevo, acerca de los saludos. And we use the picture of the platform, okay, because really we don't have so much or another different kind of greetings, ¿ok? Es decir, ocupé las imágenes de la plataforma porque realmente no tenemos muchas más opciones para saludos, okay? And if you want to speak in a very formal way, okay, you have to use good morning, buenos días, good afternoon, buenas tardes, good evening, buenas noches, nice to meet you, gusto en conocerte, glad to meet you, as the same, gusto en conocerte, and pleased to meet you, encantado de conocerte. But if you are talking in a very, very, very formal situation, of course you have to use glad to meet you and pleased to meet you. Es decir, si ustedes están realmente en una situación muy, muy formal, pues yo les sugiero glad to meet you and pleased to meet you. Okay? And if you're talking in a very, very informal situation, of course, you can use hello, hola, hi, or hey, hola, how are you? ¿Cómo estás? O how are you doing? ¿Qué estás haciendo? O qué tal? O what's happening? ¿Qué pasa? Okay? But remember that these for sentences is just for informal situations. Sorry, what's up? ¿Qué onda? Very, very informal situation. Okay, and finally the farewells, es decir, las despedidas. Okay, we have bye, see you later, te veo más tarde, and take care. Cuídate o con cuidado. And we have another one, see you. It's very similar to see you later. So it's very, very, very informal. Okay. Okay, another topic for this week is demonstrative pronouns. I mean this, that, it, those. And if you remember, okay, we use this just for one thing, and when this thing is close to us, es decir, ocupamos this para una sola cosa en singular y cuando está cerca de nosotros. We use that when we are talking about one thing and this thing is not close to us. Es decir, ocupamos that cuando estamos hablando de una cosa, pero esa cosa no está cercana de nosotros, es más bien está lejana. We use this when we are talking about plural things and these things are close. Ocupamos this cuando estamos hablando de plurales, más de uno o más de dos en adelante y están cercanos a nosotros. And we use those, okay, when we are talking about plural things and it's not close to us. Es decir, ocupamos those cuando estamos hablando de plurales y no están cercanos a nosotros. Okay, we are going to remember question words. Remember that these question words is when we want to investigate someone, okay? What, qué, where, dónde, when, cuándo, why, por qué, which, cuáles, who, quién, whose, quiénes, and how, cómo. Okay. Another topic that we have studied, es decir, otro tema que nosotros ya hemos estudiado, es preposition of place, ¿ok? Under, on, next to, toward, between, among, in front of. If you remember, we use these prepositions when we have to give an explanation about where the fridge is, where the table is and something like that. Es decir, nosotros ocupamos esto en la actividad número 4, si no me recuerdo, cuando tenemos que explicar diversas cosas de la cocina. Dónde está el refrigerador, dónde está la mesa, etc. Okay. Let's go to start to give an explanation about the final activity. But let me see if you have any doubt. Es decir, vamos a empezar a hablar ya de la actividad que ustedes tienen que entregar, pero quiero preguntar si existe alguna duda. Hi, Bernardo. Do you have any doubt? Please tell me. As I told you at the beginning of the session, all the topics are the same. of the last weeks. Es decir, como les dije al principio del módulo, todos los temas son los mismos de las semanas pasadas. No teacher think. Okay, Laura, I hope that the rest of the group don't have any doubt. Es decir, espero que el resto del grupo no tenga dudas. Okay, let me see. Okay, we're going to talk about the activity. Okay, let's go to talk about the activity. And the name of this activity is my personal blog. El nombre de esta actividad es mi blog personal. And the purpose is you are going to write a text that, as a blog, as your personal blog, and you have to present by yourself and give information about your city and activities that you can do there. Okay, what do you need? ¿Qué necesito? You have to identify and you have to present as yourself. You have to use the grammatical structure for expressing preference or likes and dislikes. You have to use grammatical structures and the vocabulary for describing places and activities and of your daily routine. And you have to read a very simple text in English, and you have to document in Word. Okay, let's continue. What am I going to deliver? Que voy a entregar a file in text with your information and your city and a link about the audio that you record. How I am going to do this activity? You have to click in my personal blog, and you have to download the document. You have to fill in the blanks with the data that you are going to write, and then you have to record an audio with a question of the B letter, and you have to consider that you record do 1.5 minutes. You have to save your file in the cloud, and you have to paste in that document, of course, a link of your record. Okay, and then you have to give name to your file, and you have to send in the platform. Okay, let's go continue. Okay, here we have an example about your activity. Okay, and here you can see that we are going to use all the contents that we saw. Es decir, aquí hay un ejemplo de lo que ustedes tienen que hacer y ustedes pueden ver que están todos los temas que nosotros hemos estado viendo en estas semanas. For example, what is your name? My name is Santiago Aguilar. We are using simple present. Number 2, how old are you? I am 40 years old, and we are using simple present. What do you like? What do you look like? Sorry. I am tall, thin, and I have small green eyes. If you can see, I am using the topic describing an order of adjectives. Okay, what do you do? I am a Russian teacher describing with verb to be. What is your marital status? I am a single person. We are using simple present too. What do you live? No, who do you live with? I live with my parents. Once again, we are using simple present. Number 7. Who is your favorite family member? My favorite family member is, and you have to write, who is your favorite family member. For example, my favorite family member is my father because she's a very funny person, and whatever you want to write. Where are you from? I'm from Mexico City. What nationality are you? I am Mexican, and you are using adjectives. Okay, and this is very important because in this letter, in letter B, you are going to record your audio. Okay, do you have any doubt? Okay, let's go to start with the letter B. Vamos a empezar con el inciso B. Where do you live? I live in Mexico City. We are using simple present. Number 2, how is your city? My city is beautiful, big, and amazing. I am using order of adjectives. What places are there in your city? ¿Qué lugares hay en tu ciudad? In my city, there are museums, parks, malls, churches, whatever you want to say. Okay? Number 4, what activities can you do in your city? ¿Qué actividades puedes hacer en tu ciudad? You can visit Zócalo, Basílica de Guadalupe. You can go to the malls and you can visit all the different museums. I mean, you have to use can and can't or like, dislikes. What do you look? What do you like about your city? I really like going to the downtown. I love visiting museums. So you are going to use preference, like, dislike, love. What do you dislike about your city? I dislike being in the traffic and using the subway. You are using dislike. No, ¿qué te disgusta acerca de tu ciudad? Me disgusta estar en el tráfico y usar el metro. Okay, number 7. What do you do in weekends? In my weekends, and you have to give an answer as complete as you can. Es decir, ustedes tienen que dar una respuesta lo más completa posible. And please be careful. You have to use or try to use all the topics that we seen. Es decir, traten de ocupar todos los temas que nosotros vimos durante este módulo. Okay? And finally, give the last effort and try to use all the same contents. Es decir, da tu último esfuerzo y trate de usar todos los temas vistos. Viviana Mesta. Sí, vi, Laura, que se me estaba yendo la voz, pero ya estoy aquí otra vez. Viviana, my reading hero. Viviana, I don't understand your sentence about my reading hero. ¿Se pasmó? No, ya estoy aquí otra vez. Viviana. Ok. Viviana Mesta, my reading hero. Okay, let's continue. Okay, so finally you have to write in Spanish. Okay, what do you think about the learning of the English and how this learning can develop and improve your personal and academic life? Es decir, redacta en español una reflexión de media cuartilla sobre la forma en que el aprendizaje del idioma inglés puede favorecer y desarrollar tu desarrollo personal, profesional y laboral. Esto es muy importante, esto es muy, o sea, quiero que quede bien claro que no va a estar ni bien ni mal, porque finalmente es una reflexión personal que la voy a leer, la voy a comprender y eso también me va a servir a mí para futuros módulos. ¿Ok? Aquí sí es muy claro que lo escriban en español. Si lo quieren escribir en inglés, pues qué mejor, pero si la instrucción es muy clara, escríbanlo en español. And finally, you have to record your audio about the letter C. Please, this letter C, I mean, where do you live? How is your city? Not the principal questions. And then you have to paste here the link of your audio, please. And don't forget to review the rubric. Y por favor no olviden revisar la rúbrica. Y esto lo vamos a leer en español. Se va a calificar lo cognitivo. Descargar el documento llamado My Personal Blog. Ustedes tienen que llenar el formato. Tienen que incluir los 9 datos del inciso A. Después responder correctamente las preguntas del inciso B. ocupando obviamente todas las estructuras que hemos visto. Después tienen que realizar su reflexión en español y finalmente tienen que grabar un audio con las respuestas, con las preguntas y las frases del inciso B y hacer y copiar la liga en el lugar indicado de su archivo. Lo actitudinal es que ocupen eficientemente la tecnología, ¿sale? Para atender en la totalidad las instrucciones de lo que se les está dando en este trabajo y utilizar correctamente el espacio destinado para enviarlo a la plataforma y obviamente en tiempo y forma. Comunicativo, organizar la información de manera clara, coherente y precisa, atendiendo las normas para la comunicación en entornos virtuales de aprendizaje, es decir, lo de la famosa netiqueta, ¿sale? No tienen que tener errores gramaticales. Después, el pensamiento crítico reconoce la importancia de aplicar correctamente las estructuras gramaticales y tiene que identificar con claridad la relevancia de utilizar correctamente el vocabulario para presentarse a sí mismo en forma oral y escrita. Reflexiona de manera objetiva sobre la importancia de favorecer su comunicación por medio del aprendizaje en una segunda lengua. ¿Ok? Do you have any doubt? Viviana, sí, me equivoqué en una pregunta. Ok, cuando la leí. Sí, I remember, Viviana, about how is your city, ¿no? ¿Cómo es tu ciudad? Yes, I remember that you have a little mistake there, but it doesn't matter. I think your grade is good. Sí, recuerdo que tuviste un pequeño error en esa pregunta, pero bueno, un pequeño errorcito, pero creo que tu calificación realmente es muy buena. Ok, let's go to see the integration forum, es decir, vamos a ver el foro de integración, and it's called Making Online Friends, haciendo amigos en línea, ok. So, what are you going to do? ¿Qué van a hacer? Ok, remember that you have to participate 4 times, tienen que participar 4 veces. It's very important that you do this activity in different days. I mean, ustedes tienen que hacer esta actividad en diferentes días. Please, no lo hagan en 2 o 3 participaciones en un solo día, porque eso también cuenta para la calificación, ¿ok? So, you have to say hello to your partners, and you have to introduce by yourself, giving your name, your city, your age, and you have to talk about an interest place in your city. Then another day, for example, the second day, you have to give 5 questions to a specific partner, and because you want to know her more or deeply. So you have to use all the contents that we saw. Es decir, ustedes tienen que plantear 5 preguntas a un compañero que ustedes quieran conocer y no olviden aplicar todos los conocimientos o más bien todos los temas que hemos visto. And please check the examples for this forum, okay? Then, in your third participation, in the third day, for example, you have to answer the question that your partners, es decir, en su tercera participación, en el tercer día, tienen que responder las preguntas que sus compañeros les hicieron. And finally, in your last participation, you have to introduce one of your partners that you know. Es decir, tienes que presentar al menos a uno de los compañeros que conociste, okay? And once again, please check the example here in the forum, okay? Don't forget to check the rubric for this forum. This forum, it's really easy because we are talking about very simple structures, grammatical structures, and of course, you can use simple present, adjectives, and whatever you want, okay? Este foro realmente está muy fácil, pueden ocupar y obviamente tienen que ocupar presente simple, adjetivos, there is, there are, like, dislike, and hates. This form is really easy. Este foro es realmente muy sencillo. Okay, here it is the rubric. Okay, please read several times before send your activity. Es decir, léanla varias veces antes de mandar su actividad. Okay, finally, I want to talk about the feedback. Finalmente quiero hablar acerca de la retroalimentación. Remember that this week is faster than the other ones, es decir, recuerden que esta semana es mucho más rápido que la otra. We have to work faster, tenemos que trabajar más rápido, and of course we have to give your feedback in just 48 hours. Y yo tengo que darles su retroalimentación en solamente 48 horas. And for example, if you send your activity on Monday, I have to give the feedback next Wednesday. If you send me Tuesday, I have to send you the feedback next Tuesday. If you send it on Wednesday, I have to send you the feedback next Friday. And finally, if you send your activity on Thursday, I have to give your feedback next Monday. Okay. And for example, if you send me your activity Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I have to send your feedback next Tuesday. ¿Ok? Solamente son 48 horas en el proyecto final. And please try to send your activity as soon as possible. Es decir, traten de mandar su actividad lo más pronto posible. Ok, and that's all. Okay. Okay, so do you have any doubt? Guys, do you have any doubt? About the activity, about the contents, acerca de la actividad, acerca de los contenidos, es decir, de los temas. Yes, you are right, Viviana. It's a little complicated because our native language is Spanish. So to try to speak in another language is a little difficult. And it's more difficult because we don't speak English all day. Es decir, es complicado porque nuestra lengua materna es el español y mucho más complicado porque no hablamos todo el día el inglés. Laura Pérez, you don't have any doubt. Lydia, you don't have any doubt neither. Okay. Someone else? Okay. Please don't forget that if you have any doubt, any specific doubt, you can send me an email and I will give you an answer as soon as possible. In fact, I have some emails from some of you and I try to answer very, very, very fast, ¿ok? Es decir, si ustedes tienen una duda, no, en verdad no lo duden, mándenme un correo y en verdad que sí los contesto. A varios de ustedes me han mandado dudas y sin problema alguno se los he contestado. Yes, Vivian, I think that you have to practice more because I remember that you live in Tijuana. So, Tijuana, Mexicali, I don't remember, but okay, you live in a border with the USA, so I think that you can practice a lot the English. So try to do it, and you will see that you are going to improve your English every day if you practice every day. Try to take advantage of your situation. Okay, Lydia. Yes, it could be the situation that you know French and you read English, but you answer in French. It could be possible, but if you know French, if you speak French, I think it will be easier for you to learn another language. In this case, English. Okay, Lydia, don't desperate. Okay, be patient, and you are going to learn English. I am sure. I am sure. Es decir, no te desesperes, Lydia. Yo estoy segura que tú vas a aprender el inglés. Try to watch um, cartoons, es decir, traten de ver las caricaturas in English, of course, traten de ver las caricaturas en inglés. Try to listen to music on the radio, but in English, just in English. Okay, guys, do you have any doubt about your activity, about the contents? Do you see Dora la Exploradora? Yes, it's a good cartoon. Okay, guys, if you don't have another doubts, I think that we can finish this session. Si ustedes no tienen alguna duda, yo pienso que podemos terminar esta sesión. Okay, thanks a lot for your attention. See you later. I am sure, Laura, that you are going to have a good grades. Norma, I don't know. I don't know this answer. No sé esa respuesta. I don't know, Norma. Good night, Viviana. Good night, Lydia. Take care.